I'm trying to get Carolina online. I couldn't have messed this up worse, to be honest. Like, I couldn't. It's funny watching people come in and they're like, "Where am I? What is this going on?" So I really couldn't mess up a live chat worse. Part of it was that first I sent out the wrong Aweber link, which was and now okay, this is like not a great chat. Carolina is going to join us in a second. So basically, when I started this thing, I sent the email to myself. I tested it through Aweber, so everyone would be able to log in, and it would automatically register you, and it was going to be super sweet. But then when I actually did it and tested it, it came to me, and I was like, okay, awesome, this works. But Carolina, I saw you for a second. Okay. I saw you for a second. I don't know what she's doing. Okay. So then when I sent the actual registration out, because the preview looked really, really good. But then when I actually got it, of course it looked good because it was my email. And so when everyone signed up, it was basically my email. So everyone is showing up as Jeremy to me because you're basically me. So I apologize. I can't see most of your real names. So yeah, the email I just sent out was an email. So Carolina, how are you?
Hey Jeremy, I'm here. How are you?
Okay, I am good. So I was just explaining to everyone, I'm like, I don't think I could have messed this up worse.
What happened?
So, okay, so I started with, I used Aweber to send out the email, and I did the whole, email automatically and first name automatically in the webinar API or webinar jam. And so I tested it, and it was like, sweet. It came to myself, awesome, had my email, had my thing. I click on it, it registers. Great. This thing's ready to rock. So then I send it out to everybody. It gets like, I think there were 7,000 clicks, which would mean 7,000 registrations. And then I realized they were all me. So because like it was actually my hard-coded thing, it looked great to me, of course. So we will send out the replay to everyone, and I apologize for those of you watching the replay. This is our first one, by the way, that we're actually doing on Webinar Jam. And then, of course, I figured out another thing with Webinar Jam is that you have to be like off Google's planet. You can't have like anything open.
Oh my God, yeah, that's what happened to me. I had my Gmail open, several ones, and they all locked me out. So that's why I was late.
Yeah, I had to, because I kept trying to start it, and I would log out of different places. It didn't matter. Like I had, like right now I'm sitting in an incognito window. So anyway, welcome to the ShoeMoney Show, and I actually have a couple sponsors for the show, which I wasn't expecting. I'm not going to mention them yet. We'll mention them in the future once they send me money. So that's how that will work. Idea. So recently I met Carolina, and again, apologize to all of those. If my audio is echoing, I can turn down my stuff a little bit. Is my audio still echoing? Is everyone just say it in the chat?
I think when I talk, there's a little bit of an echo, but yeah,
okay.
It's gone. I think it's gone.
Okay, yeah, it was probably because I'm using my display and then I'm using my sweet mic right here. But I get when display audio when I don't wear headphones. Which headphones is something that is super exciting because that's one of our sponsors. It's a huge brand of headphones. Yeah, so they want to do a giveaway, and it's the biggest. Just think of the biggest, and it's pretty sweet. So then we have another company too. Anyway, it's cool. So this is the first one of these. What I like to do is just chill, hang out. I've been doing a radio show for 10 years, and I've got almost 700 episodes in there. And I figured it was time to evolve. So going to start doing some webinar jam hangouts that allows us to do some really cool stuff. And Carolina is, did I say it right? I want to sound that sexy accent. Carolina. Okay.
You can say it.
See, I always mess it up. Okay. So it's so funny because like everyone shows us Jeremy. Again, apologize for that. I swear going in the future, I'll have my shit together and everything will be wonderful.
I think it's good, man. I mean, people do appreciate it when other people make mistakes, because then they don't feel bad about making them. So
there you go. That doesn't help me feel better,
but you're showing people, hey, ShoeMoney makes mistakes too.
Yeah, I do. And I definitely missed the boat on this one a couple different places. So welcome everybody to it. I originally met Carolina, and that was pretty good actually.
Awesome.
I originally met her on a mega yacht, which we took there was 8 of us who went on this amazing cruise for 3 days off the British Virgin Islands. It was just 5-star everything. It was unbelievable. And it was just 8 of us that were internet marketers. And John Chow kind of lined it up logistically, and we all threw in some cash, and it was awesome. And it was probably like one of the top 3 experiences of my life.
Wow.
What do you think?
Yeah, it's pretty high up there for me too.
You know, I'm gonna go with top 10. 3 is well, I have 2 kids and I'm married, so
that's top 3. Okay, let's not get you in trouble. Top 10 is awesome.
Yeah, no, definitely, probably top 5. That was an amazing trip. But the best part about it was I got to meet you, and I got to meet Maydi and the Viking guy. Kenneth,
the Viking guy.
What's that?
He was a character, the Viking.
Yeah. He was quite the character. So okay, so I don't know when Anna messaged me. I had a big echo, but I think that has been resolved. I don't know. I put my Skype like on do not talk to me because I was like so pissed off that this wasn't working, and everyone was messaging me. And anyway, so Carolina, I'm just gonna mess it up, okay, Carolina, because I'm just gonna mess your name up probably a bunch.
You're saying it very well, my friend.
Okay, thank you. Let's just move forward.
Yeah.
So so I like, and I apologize if you hear some other noise. I seem to be having just about the worst, technical day. I won't say day because it's not that bad. But so Carolina, you have a fascinating background. And you're in Chile right now.
Correct.
So tell us a little bit about how did you get started and where are you at now? And because the more I talk to you, I don't even know your whole story, but I know the semi-recent, and it's very, very fascinating. So go ahead, and I'm going to fix my stuff a little bit here while you go ahead.
No worries. Well, I want to apologize first because I'm a little sick, so you can tell my voice sounds a little weird. I have a pretty bad cold that I caught in London, actually. I was in London for a couple weeks going to concerts because that's a big part of my life, music. And if you ask me, well, how I got started, it was roughly 8 years ago, about 8 years ago. I was somebody saying Colo Colo. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, Colo Colo is a Chilean football team. But I would expect you to know. Alexis Sanchez, which is a pretty popular football player, and he's playing in the UK right now. Anyway, yeah, it started about 8 years ago, and I was at my first job. I had just graduated from university. It was 2008. And it was my first job ever. That's so funny that Jeremy's trying to fix his stuff. I feel like I'm talking to myself, but you guys are listening, right? Okay. You're funny. I don't hear you, by the way. No, I don't hear you.
Okay, are you there? Can you hear me? Okay. I don't know really if I could do this worse. Can you hear me okay? Oh my gosh. Really? Nobody can anyone hear me?
Okay.
Okay, I
Okay.
can hear you. Oh my
Okay.
god.
Ooh. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. I think I was frozen there for a moment.
Okay, all right. That's
All right.
good. That's
Yeah,
good. Okay.
absolutely. I was just sharing with people that I got started in 2008. It was my first job. And then it just hit me that I didn't want to have a job for the rest of my life. And I found myself in the cubicle every day, having a boss, having a fixed salary, having to obey orders, having to get up early, basically all the things that I don't like. And that's when I got started. I first started with an MLM company, which was terrible, but it taught me a lot of lessons. And if it hadn't been for that, I wouldn't be here today, because thanks to that MLM company was that I went online and started looking up how to get leads. How do you do this thing? And then I ran into people like Mike Dillard and Sieg, and I wish I had ran into you, but I didn't.
Well,
And yeah, well, you weren't showing up on Google.
you're not the first lady to say that.
But yeah, I wish I had run into you a lot sooner. And yeah, that's where I started.
Why?
I started buying courses and stuff, and
Horses or Porsches?
courses, online courses.
Horses. Like
No, not horses.
Like
No, courses, online courses, training.
courses. Wow. Again, I could have messed that up words. I thought you were saying horses or Porsches.
Oh my
like
God.
The
Well,
car.
I haven't bought my first
Horses.
Porsche yet, but I will. That's the next car I get, maybe.
Yeah.
No,
So
courses.
what was the MLM that you were doing?
I don't know if they're still around, but it was called Agile. They were selling this liquid supplements that you were supposed to eat for several things, for like losing weight and vitamins and your immune system. And yeah, it was kind of hard to sell because it was weird. You know, it was like this jelly thing. It didn't taste good. I didn't really believe in it. And I realized how important it is to sell something you believe in. So after about a year, I quit. I think I did recruit 2 people in
Sounds
a
like
year and a half.
lubricant, actually.
No, they were like these little gel packs that you had to eat.
Okay.
It was not very pleasant.
As an MLM, that seems hard to sell, but
yeah, it was pretty hard to sell. So I discovered that way. I discovered, hey, you know what? I could do something else. I stopped doing that, and then 2010, I quit my job. Thanks to that thing, I also discovered social media. I discovered people like Perry Belcher, and following that guy, he was saying, hey, you need to be on Twitter. So, okay, I'll go on Twitter. And I went on Twitter and started branding myself, started learning and adding value, started building a following. And when that happened, I started to get a lot of attention here locally in Chile, in South America. And started to be on, people started to interview me. Hey, how do you get so many followers? How do you, what do you recommend for people and companies to do on Twitter? And then I realized, hey, people are asking me this. I should probably do this for a living. And I started doing social media consulting around 2010 for local companies over here. And that's when I quit my job, finally.
That's awesome. And when did you like get set up with because you're like the MOB queen, right? Or as I like to say, we got to come up with a moniker for you.
We have to. Yes, we do.
Like I think like the MOB princess, like more like you got to play up the Chilean.
Yeah, I mean the thing is that immediately links me to just MOB. So it's MOB is one thing, right, that I do.
What does MOB stand for?
My online business education.
Education?
Yeah.
Oh, I always thought it was Empire.
It was, but they changed it recently to from Empire to Education.
That's interesting. You know the Empower Network? I heard that they're going out of business.
What do you mean? Out of business?
Yeah, like They went from like 100 million to, yeah, I heard they're close. That's what I heard. And I heard from a very, I'm pretty connected guy.
I know you are.
And so I heard from some people that are very high up that they're going under. So if they owe you money, you might want to get it.
Oh, no, they don't. I never promoted them.
No, I mean, just in general. So yeah, those of us that are watching this replay, you're probably going to miss a lot of the beginning, or I totally screwed up. So apologies. Going forward, it'll be 100% accurate. Otherwise, it's Anna's fault because she's setting them all up. So it's just joking. So yeah, this is my first one, and this James guy's got some issues.
What is the problem with him?
I don't know. He said he wants attention. He says, I'm feeling like I'm getting ignored. So
James, he's saying John Chow is the mob master. Yeah. Well, he doesn't know John Chow is not the top affiliate, like the top affiliate. Right. This guy, Darren, awesome guy, by the way. Love that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. So people fascinate me, and I'm just always fascinated by, when you were talking about soccer before, do you know, you have to know who Ronaldo is?
Ronaldo, yeah, the Brazilian. Yeah.
Yeah, the soccer player.
Yeah.
I'm not homosexual, but that's an attractive man.
Really? Oh, you mean not the Brazilian,
serious?
The Portuguese one, yes. Cristiano.
Yes.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay.
Yeah, because Ronaldo, he's not attractive. Okay. Yeah, he is. I agree with you.
Yeah.
He is. He's a little too pretty for me. Like he almost looks like a Barbie doll. I mean, a Ken doll. You know what I mean?
Right. It's weird because I'm very comfortable in my sexuality, but I was talking with somebody about that. One of my friends, and he was like, dude, you're freaking gay. And I was like, oh, whatever,
no.
I'm married. I don't care what you say. I'm like, but that's a very attractive man right there.
I think it takes a very secure man to admit that you find another man attractive. It doesn't make you gay. That's ridiculous.
Well, I'm not saying I want to sleep with him. I'm just saying.
Of course not. You're not.
He's
okay.
He's a very cute guy. That's. Did I just say that? Anyway, he's a very, very attractive gentleman. Can we move on? Because I'm feeling a little embarrassed. Okay.
You're so funny.
I'm actually not embarrassed, but I'll leave it at that. He's a very attractive man. Okay. I don't think anyone would argue with that. So
no,
that's just the way you were speaking about soccer players. I brought it up. It's funny because you were like, what are we going to talk about in the show? And I'm like, it's super professional, right? No, I'm just like, it's just like it goes where it goes. This is how my shows always go. This is how it's gone for 10 years on Webmaster Radio. It's just we bring on people that are kicking ass, and we really just kind of find it makes up with I'm trying to. Okay, Alejandra, is that how I say that name? Alejandra?
Yeah.
I'm like, what's up now, Alejandra? So I'll just be honest. So like in the future, we're going to we have some very, like I said, we have some very big sponsors on board that were super excited for us to do video, and they've wanted to sponsor my radio show for a long time if we would do video, right? Because they want like the video part of it. So I can't say them, but if you come back, it could be as early as next week. I can tell you, like, there'll be some logos on the doors. Oh my gosh, I left my doors open. You see all my coffee and stuff. Hey, there's my ice maker and coffee maker, because I'm a lazy fat ass. I have a freaking ice maker.
You gotta have it next to you.
Yeah, and actually, I'm gonna get a refrigerator in that closet in the next. That's how lazy. Yeah, I have a Red Bull one in there now.
Oh no, you don't. I'm
getting a full size one in that closet. All right, so you got involved in Mob, and like you and I wasn't a big fan of Mob. You know this.
I know this.
Right. But it's okay. I mean, like, after meeting you, I knew John. I think actually I was just jelly because Matt came to me first and was like, got this thing. Actually, I was in San Diego at this event that Matt was at, and it wasn't like a big event. It was like 25 people. It was like I don't even know if you call it mastermind. It was just a bunch of us got together and got drunk. And the guy who had it charged for it, but you know, because I'm a big deal, I always get invited to these things and get in for free. So like I just roll in there. All these other guys paid like 5-10 grand to be there. And Matt Lloyd was one of the people that paid to be there. And so we're sitting there talking, and he's talking about what became Mob. And I was like, you know, it's just not my thing, man. It's just not my thing. And so he went to John Chow, and John Chow's made a couple $1 million. So I'm jealous. I'll just be honest.
Pretty easily.
Yeah, I'm be honest. I'm jealous. And I knew that he promotes anything. And eventually I told him that a long time ago. I said, eventually that's going to pay off, because John Chow will promote like an opening of a Dairy Queen if you pay him, you know, what his rate is. And it's like, I forget what he charges, but I know what I pay him. And it's like, he undervalues himself very much so.
Yeah. Good to know. I'll ask him to send a mailing then before he...
Yeah, do you buy, like, how do you, okay, so on your landing page, you can feel free to give out your URL if you want at any time. And, or you can just type it in the chat, and Anna can chat it or type it, or.
Yeah, I don't know if everybody will see it, but yeah, I guess I can. Yeah, oh yeah, I can. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that later.
Oh, look, you can do cool polls. Look, can you see that?
I don't see your screen though, but I do see there's a polls option right there. So yeah, you can.
Yeah, but look at the polls thing. So did you see what somebody said? Está tu web, Carolina. Is that está tu? How do you say that?
I don't think. I think it's too soon for them to have an opinion, because we.
Oh, you see the poll. You see the poll though.
Yeah, I'm seeing the poll. I see it live. It's like people are commenting. But
are people actually voting?
Yeah, people are voting.
Okay, awesome. Is it? I wonder if it's showing to people the results.
I don't know.
I should have said who's more attractive, me, Carolina, or Ronaldo.
Oh, we would have lost.
I know. I think
we would have both lost.
And female would have voted for Ronaldo. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So, now, so you got involved with Mob, and you know it was okay. So how did things go after that? Like, because you, I mean, from what we were talking about, if I remember right, you've done well with that.
Pretty well, yeah. $500,000. Made $500,000.
Yeah, pretty well. $500,000. Pretty well. That's decent. Well. That's incredibly awesome. Hold up your hands again. Go like this. What do you have on your right hand?
This. Oh, these are.
Awesome.
I was telling people while you were away. I was telling people I went to London for a few concerts of my favorite band. These are basically the wristbands they give you at the arena every time you go to a concert. And I got 4, but I went to 7. But I only got the wristbands at 4 of them. So the reason I keep them, I just keep them just to remind myself how awesome it was, and then I'll just take them off because they're pretty uncomfortable. And yeah, but that's what it is.
My kids did that with like Taylor Swift concert.
It's fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's when I first saw this, I was like, man, did she go bar hopping last night? Just because I only saw them for a brief time.
Yeah, and it also looks like I've been in the hospital or something, like their name tags or something, but.
Well, but then when you flip them over to the other thing, they look like sweet, like they have, like they're nice in bands. And I was like, oh gosh, maybe those have a religious symbolism or something. I'm about to. No, I didn't know that at first because they have like sun, moon, and stars on them. So I was like, ooh, maybe that's.
No, it just says the O2 Arena, and there's like a photo of the arena. Like, I mean, not a photo, but you know.
Oh, you went to the O2 Arena?
The O2 Arena in London, yeah.
Wow, I've always wanted to be there at the O2 because they have a lot of people there.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah, so it's because I think they have UFC fights there because that's what I was going to go there for before was Conor McGregor, I believe was.
Oh yeah, well yeah, they do. I mean, yeah, they do a lot of stuff, not just concerts, but that's what I went for. Yeah. By the way, somebody's asking who did I see? It's a British.
I think her Chilean connection has checked out. So she's kind of like, you can see her hand up, like she's in mid thing. So hopefully you guys can hear me. Basically, this is a McDonald's cup, but I just like the cup. I don't actually eat McDonald's. Carolina, you are frozen, and hopefully you come back, and I'm going to message you on Skype and tell you to come back. Okay, so the dun, 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 dun. Why do people keep messaging me all the time? Okay, so I got it. Carolina. Hey, do you guys have questions? I mean, because I don't think anyone has asked a question, and I think Carolina is signing back on.
Sorry, man, I'm back.
Oh my gosh, she was here for a second. Oh wait. Yes, Jeremy, I can read this. And whoever keeps saying, Jeremy, can you read this? I don't know if you realize this, but your name says Jeremy. Okay, so there's like 80 Jeremys in here or more. So, Paul.
Am I back?
Yeah, Paul is asking, is Carolina only doing Moby Dick? No,
I'm not. That's one of the things I do. I'm also doing some of my own coaching and my own programs online.
Right.
I also do public speaking. I also do digital marketing. I still do digital marketing consulting for companies here in Chile through an agency where I have a small percentage of ownership, and every once in a while I'll bring them a client and then I'll participate in the whole process. So we do like the whole thing. We do their ads, we do their websites, mostly for big brands locally here in Chile and, well, small businesses.
Wow.
And what else do I do? Oh yeah, and I'm slowly getting involved into e-commerce and Amazon and this kind of stuff, but I'm still fairly new, and hopefully I'll get results with that very soon. And last but not least, I've also been doing a little bit of CPA with a few partners, which is also slowly gaining some traction. But yeah, Mob is definitely an important income stream for me right now.
Yeah, I love this industry because, like, I mean, I love how you just said, you know, I'm just getting started. I made $500,000, you know, it's fine. It's just like so passive. The crazy thing is you meet so many people who not like you are common by any means, but you meet, I don't want to say so many, but at every conference I'll meet many people. And yeah, that's a handful of people in the entire thing. But it's just I think my point is the opportunity that it is available. I mean, someone like me who couldn't handle college, and but I've, you know, become, you know, pretty much the greatest internet marketer ever known. So
I know.
Yeah.
So
there's that. And I think like people are actually could take me seriously, but it's just fact. Okay, so there's some good questions here. Is Mob good for newbie?
Good question. Well, their training is very comprehensive. I would say it is very good for a newbie, but it is not, what it is not is like a fast cash thing where, oh my God, I made money tomorrow. I don't think that exists, but maybe there is something that lets you do that. But because they have so much training available, they do so many webinars, you get a coach when you get started to work with you. They have masterminds, live events. So there is a lot of training, and there are a lot of people who have never done anything else or have tried other things without results, and they get results with Mob. But it does take work. It's not like a fast cash thing where, oh, I'm just gonna post this link here and make a lot of money. It doesn't work like that. It's a business that is meant to be treated seriously. That's how I got
so
results.
It's like you've got to be committed to this thing. It's not like a $97 ebook.
No, it's a little more than that.
Right.
It takes a little more time, and but the good thing is the results come for those who take the action. I've seen it happen in my team members. I've seen people who also take no action and get no results, obviously. But most of the people who take action, who take the right actions, who invest in themselves, invest in the program, send traffic, follow up, they get results.
Yeah, I'm going to turn off my light really quick.
Yeah, it's getting dark over here,
Sorry.
by the way.
Oh, yeah. I'm not, even though it's not summer yet, so I'm not really tan like I normally am. So that was, yeah. You know, I'm surprised I didn't burn really, really bad when we were down there.
Well, I asked you, and you said, well, I've been bathing myself in, what was it, sun lotion?
Yeah, I did a 3-prong approach. So the first one was like the spray, you know, spray it on and then do that. And then remember they gave us that really thick, like, I don't know, it was almost like conditioner, but it was thicker. And it was like SPF like 60 or something like that. And then I just like buffed that in. So somebody asked me, do I recommend a good solo ad company? And that's a great question. Do you buy? I mean, here's the problem is that it would be very hard for me to recommend a good solo ad company because I've bought, what's today? 19th. So far this month, I've bought about $70,000 worth of solo ads.
Wow.
Yeah, that's one vertical, right? So it's a solo ad vertical. And I buy from 2 major companies. One's traffic for me, and the other one is the traffic source. And then there is many people that I buy solo ads from that are outside of that realm. Now, there's the problem with a lot of individual sellers, and Carolina can speak from her experience. I'm sure has had, you know, experience on the other end too. And the problem is that it's not a scalable traffic source for the most part. And the ones that are, you're going to pay a lot more for. So that's, I mean, like, you know, like let's say John Chow, if he was to sell solo ads, he could easily, I could pay him $2 to $3 per click all day. And I would make money. I'd make good money. I wouldn't sell solo ads with my list. I just wouldn't because it would have to be about $10 per click. And I know it sounds crazy, but that's why I don't tell people it's not going to be worth it to you because, but the thing is I built such a rapport with my blog list and we have this relationship, if you will.
Yeah.
I wish I had a relationship with Ronaldo. I'm just joking. You know, like there's all these new people in here that are taking me seriously on some of these things. So basically, I'm just kind of going over the.
What's up with James? He's funny questions.
I don't know. I think it's great that I think that it's great we give him attention. I mean, because he's just really looking for it, and I think it's great. Don't worry if you owe me money, you can keep it. I don't know who you are. Let's see. I'm just kind of going through. It's a lot scrolling. Some people asking if I'm a model. No, I'm not.
You're a Mason.
Am I a Mason? Like a Freemason or like a Mason?
Probably like a Freemason.
My dad is, but I'm not. But I am an Eagle. So the Fraternal Order of Eagles, the FOE. I got sworn in Ohio when I was 21. So not sure my obligations to that. I don't remember the rule book. But if there's any other Eagles in there, what's up? Okay.
And somebody's asking, I don't know their name because it says Jeremy, but they're asking if I work the typical 9 to 5.
Yeah.
No, I don't work the 9 to 5. I believe I said in 2010 I quit my job, which was my 9 to 5. So I haven't done a 9 to 5 since 2010. And I only lasted 2.5 years in the market, actually. 2.5 years in my first job, my first and last job, hopefully forever.
That's amazing. Can I ask how old you are?
Jeremy hires me.
Oh my God. Why do you want to work for me so bad? You're kicking ass and
Oh,
killing it by
I
yourself.
don't want to work for you. I want to work with you.
With you. Well, there could be an opportunity because we're
Awesome.
switching gears on a few things. So there could be an intern position opening because I don't want to pay you. So could be. Hey, I've actually done that before. People have done very well. But we'll talk. We'll talk about that.
We'll talk.
Okay. So hey, everybody joining us. I want to appreciate it. I really apologize, and I'm being serious and not being my normal jackass. So I'm really serious that I appreciate you coming. I do these for you. Like I enjoy doing them. I enjoy talking to very, very smart people like Carolina, who's been very successful, has an incredibly good story. You know, I mean, she just happened to make $500,000 this year, you know, just like tripped over a rock and it was like right there, no stuff. But it's fascinating. So you made $500,000, right? Like not 500,000 pesos.
No, dollars.
Yeah, because pesos would only be like
in pesos it would
$7.
be like no, come on. In my pesos, our local pesos are Chilean pesos. It would be like the equivalent to 350 million
dollars.
Pesos.
Oh God. I was like, wait, honey, break out the pesos, to tell my wife. Like, honey, break out those little pesos that we got.
Oh my God. Anyway, this guy William is asking me about Mob, so I just told him if you
give out your
site.
More. Give out your site. Like there's no way to overlays. I think there is.
I don't know.
Go ahead. You could do offers on here. Go ahead. I'm gonna.
I think there is a way.
Yeah.
There is, because I've seen other webinar jam.
Paste me your website in Skype.
All right. So I have a couple like. All right. I'll give people my Mob link, and I'll give people an ebook that I am giving away for free if they want it.
You're welcome, everyone attending.
All right. So these are the two links. And that is, by the way, the landing page that we were actually, I didn't get to discuss it with you. We were talking about this on the yacht, about editing that page, because I haven't edited that page in about 2 years and it's still bringing me sales. And then you told me, hey, you need to test it a little more and add, you know.
Yeah, that was Robin that was giving you crap about
it. Yeah, he was giving me crap about it.
I remember because like when we were talking, I was like, well, I mean, I love Robin, but you don't know if we don't test. I mean, like there's a lot of smart. The one thing I've learned is it's so easy, and I've done this with other people, and they've done it with me. And it's like I do consulting, okay, but it's one of those. Here's how I'm gonna digress here. Okay, I can talk about that later. If anyone cares to know how I do consulting, ask. Okay, otherwise I won't digress into it.
All right.
So with your site, like anyone can look at it and say, oh, you did this or you did this wrong. Okay, if you go to like my ShoeMoney network page, right? My name is spelled wrong, and it has been for.
I remember that
for 9 months. It has been. Everyone tells me, dude, you need to fix that. Your conversion will improve, and I'm like, guess what? It actually goes up, like 3 percentage points. And this is over. I mean, we get 6 million visits a month, so I have statistical relevance.
Pretty awesome.
But again, anyone from the outside can come in from a high level and say, oh, you're doing this wrong, you're doing this wrong, you're doing this wrong. And that's the thing I said with you, is I said, you know, in my experience, the one thing I know is that I know nothing. And all you have to do is let the numbers speak for themselves. Okay. Let me paste Carolina's stuff in here. So like, I'm just gonna paste the URL to your thing, and then I'm gonna put your ebook up as like a special offer. Let's see what that looks like. Hopefully that link worked. Did that link work?
I see it in the chat.
Hopefully people don't leave here if they go to that. Okay.
Should open a new window, I think.
All right. Okay, and then I was gonna put your other thing in. So yeah, that's the smart thing, is like your are you up against the clock or anything? Because I guess it's only 5:40. It seems like a long time just because I messed it up so bad. But do you have a time constraint?
I don't have a time constraint. I
Okay.
do, however, at one point need to blow my nose because.
Okay. Well, that's okay.
So I'll just get off the camera for a bit, cough a little bit, and then come back. That'll be
Right.
fine.
Yep. Get the ebook.
Oh my god.
Okay, I don't have an offer URL, but does it say that? Take me there, get the ebook? I don't know. It should say on the right side. Anyway, who cares? So I put a link to your ebook, but I'm also gonna paste it in the thing. I wanted to test the offer thing of this because that's pretty sweet. Are you sure? That's funny. This James guy is awesome, dude. I really like that site. He's
Am I still here? Am I back?
yeah, you're here.
Okay, good.
You're here. What kind of Mercedes do you have?
I have right now the GLA 220, yeah.
That's nice.
It's a nice one, yeah.
Did you see my new car? Have you seen it on
No,
Facebook?
I haven't seen your new car.
I love it. It's real. I really like it a lot. I've never had like an insanely fast sports car.
No?
Well, I have one now. So, and I live in Nebraska, so it wasn't like I could buy like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. I mean, you know, I could, but there's no place to get serviced around here. I mean, like I would have to drive a very long way. So I got a Z06 Corvette with a Z07 performance package. So
nice.
Yeah, I mean, I have a Jeep Grand Cherokee that, I mean, it's a 5-liter Hemi, but it's a little different going to 650 horsepower, 650 pounds of torque, and plus the performance package. You know, you have a crazy vehicle when it has what's called launch mode, and it has a 0 to 60 and a 0 to 100 timer built in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. My fastest 0 to 60 is like 3.7 seconds, which is fast, but the car is rated at 2.8. So pro like regular drivers can do it like 3.1, 3.2. So I clearly have some things to learn, and my 0 to 100 times are not very good. They're like 7.6, 7.5 or whatever. Anyway, so yeah, it's cool, and I've been making videos in it, and I was so pissed the other day because I put it in reverse and I started filming myself. Okay. And as I'm filming, I hit my driver's side mirror on the flipping garage door.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's on my Facebook, and I should put it in on the blog. But yeah, I hit my freaking mirror on the door, and it scuffed it all up. It like took, well, it didn't scuff it, it took like the paint off because it, anyway, problem. So I was really pissed about that. And it's funny because I wasn't even, I'm like recording this video and I hear this noise and I don't really think about it, but I'm like, got this video and I'm like talking to it and I hear the noise, but all of a sudden I'm like, are you freaking kidding? And I forget my camera's on. So like the camera's like under here, like looking straight up. And I'm like, are you? And then I cut it off because I just go on a cussing tirade for like the next 10 minutes outside. And I'm like, mother, Hail Mary and all this stuff. So anyway, that was, and then John Chow made a blog post today about, he actually posted it. If you go to johnchow.com, My Mortal Enemy, you will see it on there. Because he posted like all the things that he uses in his car to record his videos. And I didn't even know he did that. So we better not say I'm copying him because he's copied me on a bazillion things.
Oh, I know. I use just my GoPro, and I have like this little like sticker thing that lets you put it on the, what do you call that? Well, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the selfie stick.
Oh no, I mean it's just like some kind of, it's not even a tripod. It's just like a base. I don't know what it is.
Does it go on like your head, like a helmet thing?
You could, but then when I put it in my car, I just stick it to either the windshield, and then it just points at you, or you can put it like behind the steering wheel or something like that.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your experience with solo ads? What's your like give me your top 3 traffic sources that you like.
Well, my experience with solo ads at the very beginning wasn't that bad, I guess, because what I was promoting was fairly new when Mob just got out there, and I started doing solo ads in 2012. I was able to get some sales, but then when a lot of people are promoting the same thing, it gets a bit harder. You know that. So
the market is cornered.
I know, they just ruin everything. So I'm just gonna say probably my top 3 traffic sources doesn't involve solo ads. It would be Facebook ads, YouTube, both mostly organic, like just uploading content there and just having a call to action. It works awesome. YouTube ads is something I haven't tested a lot yet, but I know it's huge, and it's probably one of the paid sources that I will be investing the most in this year after Facebook. And then there's Twitter as well. Just sharing value on Twitter. You paid ads there too.
You get value out of Twitter.
Yeah, absolutely. But you need to be there every day, and you need to be there several times a day, because the attention span on Twitter is a lot smaller than Facebook. And once you post something, it's gone in like a few seconds. On Facebook will keep showing you stuff from yesterday because it became relevant again. Right. Twitter doesn't have that, so you need to be constantly pushing content because there's a lot of noise there. But if you do it right, you can defeat the noise. Right. Yeah. And
I got to tell you, like, Twitter to me is, I wrote like 3-4 years ago, I'm like, Twitter, you're dead to me. I don't know. I mean, just like, I guess because I came in 90 or 2006, I want to say, and Evan Williams is from Lincoln, Nebraska here. So I made the first retweet button. It's called Twit This, and it still gets about 7 million hits a month. I mean, in its heyday, it got over 1 billion a month. Well, more than that, because basically it was just a retweet button. That was it. And Google actually, they wrote, and it was actually Neil Patel. I shouldn't take full credit for it. Neil Patel actually made it, and then, but he didn't know how to scale it so that, because like this, every place he tried to put it, it'd take the server down. So I have some experience with that, and so I was like, I'll make it work. So we did, and we scaled it to the moon, and it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of big companies that so the thing is, you build something that cool. Yeah. Even on Amazon, imagine like 4K of JavaScript, this little JavaScript hosted on Amazon, costing you $3,000 a month. Just this one little file of maybe 75 lines of code, like just little file. And I mean, like, so one day I came up with this and I said, you know what? All these people are like logging in to retweet. What if we can get them to opt into a contest? So like enter to win. So like you just retweeted like some page you're on. And well, for instance, the Twilight movies use this. Okay. Like they use Twit This. And so, yeah. So you would go there, and it would be a Twitter button, but it actually be Twit This. And you would click on the retweet, it would pop up, and it would be like, it would say, oh, you're going to share this link. Would you also like to opt into ShoeMoney's contest to win an iPhone? Right? And so and you would follow him too. So like we had big brands. We did this for Best Buy. We did this for, I mean, there's so many big, we were Carnival Cruise Line. We did for Blue Electronic Cigarettes, for some local companies that I just did it to get them fun. Because these companies would get like, I mean, 50 to 100,000 followers a month, like no problem. It was just a matter of how much we wanted to turn it on. So that was the way we monetized it. And I would charge like usually $1.50 a follower. So, I mean, that was really good, like really good. Yeah, it didn't last, forever, because much like as soon as Twitter came out with their own retweet button, it was gone. Gone. Goodbye. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? I never got approved Facebook ads.
Yeah, there are some people saying, yeah, they noticed an issue with my ebook page. I did test it, but I guess it worked for me,
Well,
and
now
it
you
didn't
know.
work for everyone else. So I'll go fix it, guys. Thank you for letting me know.
Thank you for letting them know. Well, let's move on because I've seen that a lot too. The interesting thing is all these people named Jeremy, and that's my fault because you actually are
So
me.
you have your own Jeremy army or something.
Yeah, it's because I sent out the link where the name equals Jeremy and the email equals an email, and that's what everybody got. So when they registered, it was all named Jeremy. So now when you're back, you're named Jeremy. So, okay. So Jeremy, I spent a day trying to get approved for ShoeMoney and never got approved. Not sure which ShoeMoney you're talking about. We have several entities. You're talking about ShoeMoney.net, email support, actually log into your ShoeMoney.net account in the top right. There's a help button. We have 4 full-time support people, even though we don't sell a product, by the way. Let's see. I could never get approved for Facebook ads. That's a tough one without knowing anything that you're doing. I will tell you, here's a tip that it took me years to discover that and getting like a dozen personal accounts. Like, I'll just be honest, my mom, my wife, Anna, who's my assistant / runs my life, who's answering a lot of people. She's like assistant / CEO / owns me / so yeah / so but what was I talking about? I was talking about something and got sidetracked. Oh, the Facebook thing. So okay, make a business account. Make a business account. And I have never, I mean, I've gotten everyone I know banned from Facebook advertising. So Anna, who's on here, Justin, who worked for me for a long time, my wife, my cousins, they're all banned from advertising on Facebook. Okay, but business accounts, I've never had an ad even disapproved. I swear to God. And I have made probably 50 ads. Now, they're not as aggressive, okay, as some of the ones I was doing with my personal account, but they are going, and they've been going for months. So my biggest advice to anyone don't do it on your personal account. Go to, I think it's
business.facebook.com, and then you can sign up for a business account.
Yeah. You know, I am like,
that's what I did as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm this grand wizard of Facebook, right? And I've been crushing it. And then like, I mean, like I was Facebook's like, I was on their freaking board from the monetization board of advisors. I had pre-IPO stock and all this. Wow. And I was spending like $100,000 a day on their platform. We were the biggest self-serve advertisers. And that's a story for another day, because although I'll probably today, but yeah, basically like then as soon as it went public, it was like, yeah, who are you? We don't care. Goodbye. And so like I got no contacts there. Everyone I know sold their stock and was like, peace out. Yeah. So interesting story. Do you want to know how I was spending $100,000 a day on Facebook?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Please. I want to know.
This is like and I'm thinking about doing this. Well, let me just explain it first, and I'll tell you my thoughts on it. Because we have a lot of very successful students in ShoeMoney Network, and some of them keep asking me how to grow because they don't have the cash flow. Okay. So let me, and I'm thinking about doing this with that, but okay. So in 2009-ish, at Affiliate Summit East, I gave this, it was 2010 or whatever. I gave this talk about Facebook ads, and I showed, you know, how I was spending. I wasn't going balls out. I was doing like $1,000 a day or something like that. And I was doing pretty well with what I was doing. And I was showing like all this tips, how to use stats, how to drill down on this stuff, how to do this. And I actually had made a training DVD for this particular thing. So I had these really cool branded ShoeMoney Facebook DVDs, and I don't have any of them anymore, but they were so
Oh,
cool. And so I
I
passed them
want.
out to everyone. Actually, John Chow passed them out too. And John Chow, asshole, was in the audience, and him and Saeed and Ian Fernando, they had like these rubber band like dart things. They were, well, I'm in this Firebird red jumpsuit, like, because that's how I do it, standing up talking. And they're shooting this shit at me while I'm trying to talk. Anyway, my Facebook presentation was amazing. And after it, these two kids from Denver, Colorado are like, dude, that was really cool. Like, we like get you to come visit us and help us work on what we're doing. Okay. So they paid me like Anna's on here and she would probably remember. I want to say $10,000 for me to fly there for a day. And so I fly there and I'm working with them and they're just kind of all over the map. But I'm like, okay, if you want to do this vertical, like here's how I would do it. And now I've learned to, because like I said, I don't do consulting, and I feel bad from taking money from people that I didn't give value to, or that I feel I don't give value to. That makes sense, right? But I've heard, I mean, I see a lot of these people, and is it my fault? No, but I feel like crap about it. And we were talking to, I think I lost you. Are you here? Carolina? Shit, I think I lost her. So, okay, I see you guys saying like, can you give me 100,000 to spend on Facebook? And so here's how that happened. So these two kids, I go to Denver, I like work with them on various things, right? And so I'm feeling really bad, and I actually I wish she would come back. That Chilean internet. So anyway, I'll recap for her if she comes back real quick. So give me 10 grand. I go there, I work with them all day. I feel real bad because they didn't have a goal in mind. Okay, good, you're back, because I'm just getting cracking. So these two kids from Denver, they come to my Facebook presentation. They say, hey, we'll give you $10,000 if you come spend the day with us and teach us more about what we're doing and how we can kill it on Facebook. Okay, so they wire 10 grand. I fly to Denver. I sit down with them for, like 8 hours. And then I fly back the next day. Problem is they didn't have a goal or anything. Like, they were just all over the map. Hey, what if we sell this? How would we do that on Facebook? And I was like, well, we would go this way. And I was like, I'm about to digress into my whole traffic strategy, but see why these things go so long? Remember when I was explaining to you that we kind of said it for 45 minutes, but they've gone 3 hours?
Yeah, you did.
They have. Okay. So long story short, so then these kids, like, I refund them their $10,000.
Oh,
Because
you
I
did?
feel,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, like, they got a day of my time, right? Which, I mean, is it worth $10,000? I mean, like, here's the thing. It is to me, okay? Because people don't understand, like, they're like, oh, you should go help them for free. That's great. If you can get all my employees to work for free, let's roll. I'll do it. I'll do it all day for free. I love you. Let's do this. But unfortunately, I have a company to run, so I can't. So then I have to not only do that, but I have to plan for my travel. I have a family that now I have to arrange for someone to be here because my wife's a physician. And long story. So basically, I have to charge a lot. Okay, that's the point. So I refund these guys their $10,000, and I'm like, well, okay, whatever. I feel like I have to do the right thing always. So it doesn't matter for them, it's for me. And so I felt that was the right thing to do. So fast forward 6 months, get a call from these kids. They want to talk again. And I'm like, all right, didn't we kind of go through this before? And they're like, we want to give you your 10 grand back. And you got to start and all this stuff. So they give me they send me $10,000. And then they're like, and because we want you to come back and pay you another 10,000, only you don't have to spend the day with us. We just want to pitch you something for an hour. And I was like, now I'm interested, right? Like I'm like, okay, these guys must have figured out something. So I go to Denver and they show me what they're doing, and they're smoking it in the dating vertical, right? They're
Okay.
just like absolutely killing it in the dating vertical. And so, but they don't have much money. Okay. So they were like spending, $300 to $100 a day, which was a lot to them as well, but they don't get paid for 30 days.
Oh.
So they couldn't spend much money, right? So they could spend like $1,000 a month, and that they didn't have access to cash. And then they borrowed from everyone they knew. And then everyone they knew, of course, is going like, well, what's this for? And it's like, oh, good luck trying to explain that. So I know what it's for. So I was like, okay, let's do this.
Of course.
We use my money and we split the profit. That's it. That's all it was. And they were like, yeah. So I gave them access to my account, and I set, daily limits and gradually increased them until we were at 6 figures a day. And
wow.
Yeah, and it wasn't always like that. I mean, and it wasn't always like, I don't remember a day that it wasn't profitable, but there were some days where that 2% cash back card, I mean, when you think about $100,000, okay, you got like, I mean, like we were getting between 10 and 15% margin. Now that's a lot, right? Because that's $10,000, $15,000 a day. But there were many days where it was like 1% margin, but that's still $1,000 a day. But look at how much money I'm risking. I was floating like 2.5 million, like for 45 net 45. I mean, that's a lot of money. So
true.
But I'm a cowboy, and if someone comes to me like that, like that's the thing with that I'm dealing with now with the ShoeMoney Network students is they did what I say. They did like reviews, product reviews, whatever. They advertised on Facebook. They boosted some posts. They're doing other stuff, and then they ventured out on their own. Like, so they're birds that left the ShoeMoney.net nest, right? And so now they're like spreading their wings, but they got no cash. And so I'm talking with a couple of them. And it's just a matter of logistically, like, how does it work? Because I've got to set up an account, and I'm okay with funding, like there's been 3 guys this week who wanted to promote the ShoeMoney Network and I'm buying all the solo ads for the ShoeMoney Network. And they were doing native ads, and I've never tried native ads. And I said, you know what? I don't know if native ads will work for this. But this is me being like the good guy I am. And I don't know. Maybe I'm a bad guy. But this is like, for me,
You're a good guy.
Okay, like let's talk about affiliate marketing real quick. The thing about affiliate marketing is that a lot of people, they come to me, right, all the time. Hey, we want you to be affiliate for our product. Okay, great. Here's my problem. You want me to risk losing money so that you can make money. You have no downside as the product owner.
Right.
And it wasn't until I was the product owner that I really appreciated that. Right? Because now I go to affiliates and try to get them to promote my stuff. And you know what they say? Well, I'm already making money promoting this thing. Why would I try yours? And I've been in their shoes.
Yeah.
So here's what I say. I'll give you $1,000. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's got to work for both of us. And I've done that with 3 people this week.
Can I be one of those people?
If you show me you're making it work somewhere else. See, that's the thing is like these guys are doing similar offers.
Cool.
And they're making it work. And so, and then it's just like, it's the same thing with web hosting. We're doing so many web hosting because people in the ShoeMoney Network know that we our biggest sponsor is web hosting. Sorry, really sorry. And so we're basically the biggest web hosting affiliate in the world. I'm pretty sure we are multi times over. And so I've actually like gone and done like have interest in, let's say I get a percentage of if I get people in their affiliate program. Well, my whole thing is funded by this web hosting company. So bet your ass it converts the best out of any web. And trust me, I've tried probably 20 different ones over the last year. My whole form of revenue in the ShoeMoney Network is web hosting. That's it. Without web hosting revenue, I'm so far underwater.
What do you mean when you say web hosting revenue? You mean you mean selling hosting or?
Well, yeah. So when you go into ShoeMoney Network, like I pay you before you do anything. Like I pay you money
Yeah.
like within 3 minutes. You don't have to do anything, but so actually you have to share a link on Facebook. So you share a link on Facebook, you get paid $1. And I send it to you real time PayPal, no messing around. And then I pay you to do tasks to actually build a website and do all this other thing. So you have to sign up for web hosting. That's like the thing, right? Because if you don't, like I can't pay out, like we're paying out like 15 grand a day in $1 increments because we're paying all these people to build their sites.
Yeah.
Well, do the math on that. Like I can't just do that out of the goodness of my heart. I mean, I would love to.
Yeah,
And
I know.
let's be honest, if you want to make, I mean, like I try to put it in perspective to people because the cool thing is I don't actually take money directly from people at any time. Like you have to have web hosting if you want a website, right?
Yeah.
Now, some people are saying like, we already have web hosting, which we're working on an option for that. I've been working on this for almost a year now, and it's just become this monster. I mean, we'll do, last month we did like 3 to 4 million unique visitors, and this month,
It's freaking awesome.
This month, I mean, anyone here can go to SimilarWeb, and our stats are quantified by Google Analytics. So, I mean, they're real, there are stats. So you could tell me how much we're doing. But we've spiked between like 500,000 and I think the most we ever did was 6 million in 1 month. And our traffic is, we don't accept a lot of countries, but anyway. So there was one thing on traffic I wanted to discuss, but I don't know. Do you have anything you want to touch on?
Oh, I think traffic is probably one of the best topics to discuss. And it's probably something that people think is super complicated, but it's not as complicated as it seems.
Right. And so here's my philosophy. Whenever someone says, I've got this awesome product and, what do you think? And my response is always, where are you at? Like, have you bought traffic for it yet? Like, are you getting traffic? And they're like, well, we're doing SEO. Well, that's something I can't help you with because I'm never the SEO guy. Like, yes, I've ranked for insanely competitive terms like ringtones. I was number one for 4 years, in that never was SEO part of the strategy. My SEO strategy is build something that people want to link to. And that's it. That's it. That's all it ever was, like ever.
Yeah.
And,
that's great strategy.
Yeah, I mean, like I've achieved great ranks, but SEO is a house of cards. With that said, I've gamed this crap out of Google and made a lot of money doing it. But I know that that's a house of cards. So I've set up websites that were affiliate websites, got them to rank for stuff by doing a bunch of sketchy backlink stuff. And, that was basically, the way I did it. And it's just the blah, 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 blah. The way, I mean, but I knew that was a house of cards. And I had some guy recently wanted to sell me a site that was, he was doing a shit ton of, I'll send you the prospectus on this because it's really interesting. Yeah. He's doing like 800 web hosting leads a month. And it's very interesting. So he wants to sell this business but it's 100% SEO traffic. And so I told him, I said, I'm not interested in this. Like the only reason I would be interested in this is if you would put some sort of guarantee, like these rankings wouldn't go down, which I'm sure you're not willing to do. And he was like, yeah, I'm not willing to do that. And I said, yeah, good luck selling this. I'm like, I'm sure someone will be interested, but I mean, he wanted 2.5 million for it. And I wouldn't be a buyer I wouldn't be a buyer at anything just because it's a house of cards. It's all SEO ranking. So anyway, traffic. Okay. So the one thing people don't understand is that the product is the least important thing you have. Okay. It's a very tough thing to say, and it's a very tough thing to comprehend, is that the product you have rarely matters. Okay.
Yeah.
Seth Godin is very good at talking about this.
Yeah.
And
I love that guy.
Yeah, he's amazing. And it was like my dream when I had him speak at my event. And like and get to know him, and he's helped me a lot with my book stuff, and that he's a remarkable individual, very, very like selfless is the word, like really a selfless person, like just wants to help everyone. So anyway, what people don't understand is that the product like never matters. It just doesn't. And in fact, well, I'll get to that later. I digress so fast. So here's what matters is, number one, you have to have traffic. Okay. Number two, you have to have user acquisition of that traffic. And then number three is the product and the monetization. Okay. So a lot of people say like, hey, I've got this great idea to sell this. What do you think? And I said, one, I would find a cheap traffic source, like pay-to-click traffic, something like that, where you spend like $50 and it'll get you like 25,000 visitors or more. It'll probably get you more than that. Two is I would make like a small lander and an opt-in page and see if anyone is interested, right? And then you can optimize the copy on that, because you're getting a lot of visitors, and yeah, they're incentivized pay-to-click people, but the volume of them will help you, see actually what you can do and what's not working. So basically, that's the thing that people, and it drives me crazy because people think like especially in the affiliate world, I'll have people come to me and say like, hey, I see you're promoting this. Let me tell you about my product. It's 100% all natural. It's good for the environment. We're all this. We're carbon neutral. We're this, this, and this. And I'm like, guess what? I could give a shit. I don't care. I don't care. I want to make money. I don't want to, risk revenue to promote your saving the planet product. And like Seth Godin's best example is that 8 people tried to sell the crock pot until one person got it right. And it's the product. Sell the what? Crock pot. It's like this, in America, we have this giant pot that you put like roasts in and potatoes. And there was like 8 companies that tried to make this and sell this thing. And then one company did it correctly, like Cuisinart, I think is the company. So, but Seth always, he goes into, in the book was originally titled All Marketers Are Liars. And then he got a lot of bad flack over that over the years. And he thought, I'm going to rename that to All Marketers Are Storytellers.
Those stories, yeah. Right. I have that one. I have the one with the scratch, with the,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. The strike through or scratch. And so, and that's the thing is it's all telling the story around the product, right? I was working with, and I talked about my philosophy about consulting. And what I do now is I go and my new thing is that if I do due diligence on a company and I know they have enough money that if this works, they can pay me. And what I'll do is I will, if I like them, like we do like a phone call, I find out what they're doing. If I like them enough, then I will tell them, hey, fly me in for the day, no cost. And I want to spend 2 days with you guys and find out what's your goal. What do you, in 6 months, what do you want this to look like? And from there, I'll decide whether or not I want to do it. And that's that. Because I will not take money. And I've done that one time and I've laid it out, and their people were less than responsive, and they were kind of a big company that moved really slow. And I refunded their money. I was like, this didn't work. And I have a reputation.
Yeah.
I have
and I think, I don't know, I don't remember where I read this, but like the most dangerous client / prospect you can have is one without goals. One that doesn't know what their goals are, because then you might be the best consultant ever, but if you don't know where they want to go, how will you know where to take them, right?
Right.
So people without goals, it's hard to work with them.
Yeah, and a lot of people I've had, like a ton of people have, and this is something that always it's interesting, is that people were like, hey, will you mentor me? And if you're legitimate, will you mentor me, and then we'll split the revenue we make together?
Yeah.
Well, no, because one, I haven't been in your position for 15 years. So the odds that I can help you are very small. If you want to know today how to do some ninja shit on Facebook or Twitter, or well, actually Twitter is dead to me. I hate Twitter, but Twitter 5 years ago, or Pinterest. Like I recently started doing really well with Pinterest. And
What are you posting on Pinterest?
I actually have a girl who I have do it, and then she showed me a lot of stuff. I'll show you sometime. It's actually inside of our ShoeMoney.net. Her name is Laura Cruz, and she did an amazing job putting together. That's the thing, is that inside our ShoeMoney network, the training that we have is really good. And I know most of the people in here are from there, or that you're Carolina fans, because I totally messed up the thing, but I'll send out the replay. So anyway, a lot of people just Oh, and in the ShoeMoney network, I explain to people, I'm like, okay, we're going to get started here, and I bring in Ashley Coombe to walk people through installing a blog and plugins and all this kind of stuff, because like that's not my area of expertise. Yeah. But she does it she works with newbies like every day. And the amazing thing is, originally I did all that in the ShoeMoney network. It was all me explaining like how to plug in stuff. And we got all these support tickets about, well, mine looks different and this, and it was because I skipped over shit. And I went too fast, and I didn't explain where Ashley does an amazing job of why we do this and other stuff like that. And so for people that's super simple, they can skip that. But yeah. So what's your future? Like, what does it look like for Carolina Millan in 5 years?
Good question. I don't know if I have an answer.
Do you want to be married?
Do I want to be what?
Married.
I might be.
Okay.
I hope so.
Are you still with the same boyfriend?
Yeah.
This is like 21 questions.
11 years.
Wow. And he hasn't put a ring on it?
Nope, not yet.
Okay. Well, maybe that's I almost said Brazilian. Maybe that's how French. Geographically ignorant I am.
I know, my dear. I love you anyway. I don't mind if you don't know where my country is.
Yeah, I'm very bad about that. It wasn't as bad as, gosh, remember when we took that little boat to that island?
It came up, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be fun after a certain time. And that's all I can say about that. So yeah. We had a great time. Anyway, so okay. So future wise though, I mean, Mobe's not like career, right?
No.
So you're building this is what people don't understand too, right? So you have this giant asset in the form of an email list.
Yeah.
And these people love you, right? Like, and they, because and this is the thing too, like people are like, if you watch this, I'm total jackass. I've told you that I think Ronaldo's hot. And just say, well,
I think that's awesome.
Like a Freud slip or something. But I mean, I just am who I am, and I do not try to be someone that I'm not. And it's always worked for me, and
works for me too.
Yeah. And I say very inappropriate things at times. And I don't know. I mean, it just works for me. And I always tell people, I'm like, dude, you are unique. You are very likable. And like Carolina, I gave her shit because her picture on her Facebook thing was like I thought it wasn't her. I thought it wasn't a good representation of her. Yeah. So I think you should roll with that bikini shot I sent you.
We'll gather again, and we'll take better. Actually, there are better shots of me in that bikini somewhere. I just couldn't be bothered to find them.
It was okay. So just so people know, don't be all embarrassed. It's funny. Hey, okay. In that picture, I have my shirt off, and it's not particularly flattering. Okay, let's be honest. Not. Right. So true. Yeah, and I mean, people have seen me enough with my shirt off to know it's not pretty. Okay.
It's not a pretty sight.
It's not, I mean, it's not, something that women dream about. Let's say that. I'm not Ronaldo, okay?
I think that's clear.
Yeah. I'm like a Sasquatch from like here, like right here down. Like my eyebrows, if I let them go, it will be like total unibrow, like wire brush, like just insane. My facial hair, like, you know, I just shaved this morning. Already got some going on. And then you've seen with my shirt off, it's not, it's a freaking Sasquatch. And you saw something else that others will someday get to see. That sounds really bad. That sounds really bad. It was not anything to do with that.
Scary stuff.
Yeah, there was. Yes. I almost lost my life, and so anyway, that one sounded really bad. What the hell are we talking about? Yeah, my point is just be yourself. I've met so many people. Oh, your bikini shot. I almost forgot about that. So I have this picture of me and Carolina on the mega yacht, and I was like, and she looks incredibly awesome in this bikini. And I have my shirt off, so you know, I'm looking me anyway. And so I was like, oh, we got to use it. This is great. And I should never even showed you. I should have just went with it. Because I was like, just trust me, you look fabulous in this. And no, she wouldn't let me do it. So it's okay. It's all good. The thing is, though, I wouldn't do something like that, like to be a jerk, you know. So I was teasing you. But it's a good thing I did run it by you because I was using it. Like it was already set as a featured image in my post. Like it was like, I mean, like I was ready to hit publish. And I was like, this bikini shot looks awesome. And you were like, no bikini shots. And I was like, no, wait till you see it. And then you were like,
Well, I do think it's awesome that you ran it by me.
Yeah.
I'll let you use it for the replay.
Okay. Can I just use that for your picture? No. I don't know how this replay is going to go. I'm going to edit it a lot because there's a lot of like missteps of the beginning, mostly. Like the first probably 15 minutes was a big mess.
Then when I froze up a couple times.
Yeah. The cool thing is like going forward on these, like now I know. And so everybody attending, like I found thousands of people that registered. I'm sorry, I sent the wrong link. It literally had like 6,000 clicks, but it was all with my name on it. So none of those people got registered. I mean, I literally have 7,000 emails. Thank you for registering. Literally, because that's everyone that clicked. It was my freaking thing. Okay, so we should wrap this up. So, what's your words of wisdom? Everyone always wants to know. How do they get started? What do you say to that? Because I'm sure you get it all the time too.
How do you get started? Well, number one is get started. You have no idea how many people. Sorry.
It's okay. I have a little bit of a cough myself.
You have no idea how many people. How many people come to me and they're like, okay, so I'm ready to get started and I want to do this webinar and I have this idea for this video. And do you think I should write an ebook or do you think I should blog and other things? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, pick one, maybe. Pick one of all those and just do it. And then they come back and they say, you know what? I'm not ready yet. I think I need to learn more. I think I need to improve my slides more. And so they waste their lives in this infinite details because they're too scared of failure and they're too scared of people, you know, not showing up for their webinar or nobody downloaded my ebook or nobody left a comment on my Facebook post. And I say, you know, it's okay. I mean, my first webinar, I was on my own. I mean, I think one person showed up and then they left. And I kept going and I recorded the webinar. And then I watched the recording and I thought, hey, you know what? I could do better. And so I redid the webinar again on my own. I just did the whole thing again, all the slides, recorded it, and then I've just uploaded it to YouTube. And that webinar has like 5,000 views on YouTube. It's not a whole lot, but it's all 100% organic, and I get people opting in still from that old bad webinar that I did on my own.
Right.
So, and then people are also scared of you know, what if nobody likes me or nobody identifies themselves with me? And I say, well, there are a lot of successful people out there already, but there are also people who don't relate to any of them. Like there are people who don't relate to me, people don't relate to Shue, people don't relate to John Chow. I know a lot of those people, by the way. And they they will go to someone else. They're waiting for someone else to really tell a story that they can relate to and
Oh, you cannot leave us with that nugget.
it's just a matter of yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you left us. I thought you were leaving us.
No, I'm still here.
No, I 1000% agree. I use this analogy all the time of it's like, okay, you're either like existing in this world or you're living. And I tell people, like, I meet a lot of people who have awesome jobs and they're living life. Right. And it doesn't, this is a lot of people misinterpret what I say is that you have to make $1 million on the internet, because my best friend, who is my best man in my wedding, I'm going to get him on the show. But he would be, I mean, he wouldn't like it. Let's say that, because he has a very corporate job. He's very high end at a very Fortune 500 company. But he doesn't make, he might make low six figures, like 100 some. I don't know. I don't know what he pulls down, but he's very hardworking, but he enjoys life. Like he lives life. He's always taking vacations. He buys cars he wants. He does, other stuff, and he loves his kids and his wife. Like that guy's living. Okay. And then you see people that are just like, I don't like my job. I don't do this, like, and it's always funny because those are the people that always say, money can't buy happiness. Money isn't everything, right? I know a lot of those people, and it just is like, yeah, okay, I'm with you on some of that, but like they're the first people that when you're like, oh, a bunch of us are going to Vegas, you want to go? Oh, I can't afford it. Oh, what happened to the money doesn't buy? Oh, well, that just went out the window. So I don't know. It's just one of those things that it upsets me to see people not living, and not that everyone wants to go to Vegas and stuff, but anyway. So I think Carolina has left us, I think, maybe. So you guys, like, it's been awesome. Okay, I was just kind of wrapping it up, and I was saying, you guys, it's been awesome doing this. I apologize about the technical difficulties, but as you see, the show is awesome, and it will only get more awesome. Carolina,
it can only get more awesome.
When you are the best internet marketer in the world, they don't call you the best internet marketer in the world. I mean, obviously, do you know what they call you?
No, what do they call you?
ShoeMoney. That's what they call you. All right, everybody. I'll leave you with that. Thank you so much, Carolina, for coming on. You are an inspiration to all, and I wish you nothing but the best. All right, everybody, thanks for attending, and make sure you check out our next one. I believe we have Neil Patel up next, which will be interesting, and heard from Mark Cuban and some other people we should have on the show shortly, and some awesome sponsors. All right, we'll see you later.
Yeah, thank you again for having me, and sorry guys for the mishap with my links. If you can give them to people again, I fixed them.
Okay, I can put them in the recap too. And I want one of those hats behind you.
I have a bunch of them, man. Next time I see you. Yeah, and can you see my Terminator up there? It's a Terminator, actually.
I can see it.
Yeah, right there. It's a Terminator head.
I can see it. It's pretty sweet.
Get you one.
Okay.
Awesome.
What do you call those? What do you call those hats?
Oh my God. I don't know.
Isn't there like a Chilean sweet name for a hat?
No, sombrero. Sombrero would be the
sombrero. Okay, because when I think of sombrero, I think of like the big Mexican sombrero.
Yeah, sombrero. Yeah.
Well, okay. Sorry. See, everybody, yes, we are doing more of these. I will be sending out the correct shit. And other people, Fedora, yes. Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you, Jeremy.
All right, everybody, we're out of here. Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Have an awesome